There's something absolutely phenomenal locked up in you, right in your core of your being.
There's a marvelous inner world that operates within you.
When you set a standard, you're coming from a frequency up here, so what you're going to attract is what's in that frequency. And when you make it a habit, your whole world is going to change.
Give up the stories of the past. Let go of the fear. It's never too late to be who you really are.
If you can see it here, you can hold it here.
When we make a decision, mountains move.
We're there. That's the key. We're there.
When your mind goes there, make up your mind it's going to stay there because it is a place.
I did it again. I always do this when I go live. Sometimes I forget to unmute myself. So let me repeat. We're starting over again. So welcome everyone to day number 3. And this is the day that can change everything for you. So I want to thank you for joining. Today, we're going to talk about decision making and mastering this skill. But first, some important housekeeping items. So I want you to have a pen and paper ready because sometimes I say quite great things. So I want you to have your pen and paper ready in case I say something that resonates with you. I also want you to let this time be for you because we're so used to in this day to be distracted by so many things. So I just want you to be here 100% if you can. And I also want to thank you for coming. I am so grateful that you are taking the time to be here with me today. So I also want to let you know that I have a very, very special guest here that I'm going to bring on soon. Her name is Kitty, and she is one of my students that I'm taking through Thinking into Results. And she's going to talk about the importance also of decision making related to her goals and everything she has done for herself. But first, for those of you who are new here, I have done this workshop now for 3 days. So on day 1, we talked about goal setting. We made a list where we wrote out what we really, really want. And for some of us, that was hard because we had never done that before. But for some of us, that was fun. Hello, Lilan. Welcome from Florida. Great. So cool. I also have a client in Florida, so I welcome you here. So on day 1, we set a goal for ourselves. And we didn't think about, I need to find my purpose, because we also found out that the purpose would find us in the end. So all we needed to do was just to relax and have fun. And when we picked one thing on the list, one goal from that one list that we wrote down, then we started to see how this life could be. And we started visualizing one scene from that life. And yesterday, we talked about you. We talked about your self-image, who you need to be. Who is this person in this goal achieved? And we also discovered that we had some inner chatter. We had a kind of another roommate inside there who were trying to hold us back from achieving what we want in life. And we discovered a little bit what that talk was. And then we wrote how we wanted the talk to be. And then we started to install that new software into us. And we also talked about gratitude. Because when you lean into gratitude and you look around you, what you're grateful for, You can't be in a bad mood. That is the importance of gratitude. The importance also of gratitude that we talked about. It will help you attract to you what you want. And today is decision making day. And this is so important because there's so many people who don't manage to make decisions because we're not taught this in school. And very often our parents are making the decisions for us till we get older. And then we get old, we're like, oh, I don't know what to do. What do you think I should do? Should I go there? Should I invest in myself? What do you think? Should I cut my hair? Should I buy that dress? Should I go there? Should I leave them? And we are in this massive chaos. But if you master in your way making a decision, that is so, so powerful. So I want to bring on my beautiful, beautiful student, Kitty, who made a decision to study herself. Hello there.
Hello, everyone. Oh, I'm getting a bit of an echo. No, I'm all good. Hi, Nerd. You look stunning tonight.
You too.
I just came out of the shower. My hair's actually wet.
Cool.
But yes, thank you very much for having me. I'm very excited to be chatting to you.
I'm so grateful that you are here. So I want you to share in your own way how decisions, all the decisions you have made on the journey, also before you met me, has changed your life. And you can start wherever you want, but just for people to understand how important and how powerful, how empowering it is to make decisions for ourselves. So take it away.
Okay. Now I'm just realizing that maybe I should have dried my hair before I came on here. I don't want to go back too much because I don't want to bore people, but I definitely think that, you know how they say that change happens in a second? I never really understood what that meant. For me, it always seemed like change was this thing that happened over a long time. But it's not actually. Like, the more I studied this, the more I realized that no, that moment when you make that decision, that is the moment when the change happens. And then it's just a case of waiting for things to unfold. So, yeah, so I've made some big decisions the past few months, and one of them was beginning to work with Inyard. And I didn't hesitate. Actually, I had heard of thinking into results before, and I wanted to do it, but I was waiting to find the right coach. And then when I met Inyard, I felt great, like she made me feel so great about myself the first time I met her. And then we had a short conversation after, and I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna go for it. And I was so excited, like a bit nervous, because obviously it's a big change. You know that there's a lot of things that are going to change in your life, but I was also very excited because I was at a point in my life that I wanted change. I wanted better things. So when we met, I had just quit my corporate job and I was setting up my passion-based business, which was brand strategy, which it still is, brand strategy consulting. And I really, really wanted to make this work. And I had like good strategies in place, but I think I was missing something. I felt like I was missing something. And then I started working with Inyard and I realized, this is the missing piece. Because I don't think people realize that building a business is a very spiritual journey. You have to like really connect with yourself and really turn inwards and go through a lot of different changes and things. And it's really, really important to have someone support you on this journey and to have someone guiding you, because it's so easy to run back when things get difficult. So I knew that I wanted to do this program, and I knew I wanted to do it with Inyard, and it was just a case of making that decision. And I made it, and I was so excited a little bit nervous, but mostly excited. And then we started working together. So, like I mentioned, I had just left my job and I was just starting out in my business. And then, yeah, we started working together in like end of June, I think. So, not long ago at all. Since then, my life has changed so much. Like, not only my business took off and I managed to sign, I think, 9 or 10 clients, but I also the biggest thing for me was that I had been dreaming about becoming a digital nomad with my partner. He was working in corporate. Well, he's actually a physiotherapist, so I wouldn't call it corporate, but he was working on a private clinic. He wasn't really happy with the way things were going. So I really wanted him to have the freedom, for me to have the freedom to travel, to be together, to spend as much time together as possible, and to be building this business together. So yeah, so I started working with Inyard in June. By mid-July, my partner has left his job and joined me in the business. And by the end of July, I think it was start of August, we actually left and we started our journey of digital nomads. So currently we're in Portugal, and even here, this place where we're staying is just the way I envisaged it. It's an apartment near the ocean. We have a private pool. We have a balcony with ocean view. All of these things which I had visualized for myself, and with the help of Inyard, I actually made it reality. So yeah, it's insane. And then started getting other things, then just started manifesting more and more. So I'm now getting like really big opportunities with like my business, with my PR. I actually built a team since then. So now there's 3 of us in the business. I'm getting an award and a huge international recognition from like a big organization that honors up and coming marketing talent. So I'm going to Las Vegas next spring to get my award, which is like insane. I'm like, how did this all happen in such a short period of time? And yeah, it's just, I think it's because of thinking into results and because of having Inyard helping me with this, because I think it's very important that you find the right coach who you will really have a connection with. For me, it's also important that I get to work with someone one-to-one, because I have that time privately with that person. She gets to know me really well. I get to know them. I get to trust them. And it's just a really, really special connection. And yeah, it's just, I don't even know how to describe it. You have to really experience it to understand what it's like. But the changes and everything were just like coming so fast, and they were so big and transformational. And I'm so grateful to Inyard for all of her support. And I'm not gonna lie, like, sometimes things get difficult and they get scary. And because there's a lot of change, and big volume of success can also kind of scare you in a way if you're not really used to it. And I'm just so grateful that I have this weekly conversation with Inyard, because that really is what picks me up and keeps me going sometimes. Sometimes I'm on an absolute high and I'm like, everything is perfect. And other times I'm like, okay, I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed. And then she's there and she will talk to me, but I know I can always count on her. Like, I could just pick up my phone at any point and just send her a quick message and just be like, I'm not quite feeling well. What do you suggest? And she will take the time, because she just cares so much. She will take the time to get back to me and just always find ways to support me. And it just means so much to me. It really does. And I think that's the main reason why I am where I am, because I have that continued support from someone who understands how the laws of the universe work, how all of these things work, and they're all scientifically proven. This is not woo-woo, this is none of that. Like, and she can teach me these things, and thanks to that, then I can understand it and I can trust the process a bit more. I can let go a bit more. And I'm the kind of person who gets into her head quite easily. Well, I'm becoming a new person. So I'm letting that part of me go. But that still happens, sometimes it still kind of holds me back. So it's really nice that in those moments I have Inyard and I can talk to her about these things and she can help me with all of that, and I can just see things in a completely different light and just keep going and keep going. So yeah, so we've been working together for a few months, but we still have a few months to go, and it's been so incredibly cool, the entire journey. It's so much fun, and I'm just so excited to see like what else can we achieve. So yeah, it's important that you do the work yourself, but if really this guidance is going to give you everything that you need, and then it's just up to you to take the time to watch whatever you are given, whatever you are gifted, whatever, right, do the exercises, because the exercises just open your eyes up to your blind spots, make you realize things that you didn't quite know about yourself, so that you can grow from that. So it's important to do some the work yourself, because at the end of the day you are the one who makes the changes in your life. But having this type of guidance is honestly like the best thing that can possibly happen to anyone. Anyone. So someone is actually saying Inyard is an amazing human being, trustworthy, thinking is a great program to start your journey if you're willing to trust the process and do the work. Exactly. Trust the process, because it's scientifically proven. There's nothing yeah, exactly, like you don't have to like quote unquote believe, because it's true, it's the truth. And but yeah, doing the work is important, but it's important for you as well, because it's going to make you make the most of the experience, and it's going to make that much more exciting, and you're going to discover so much about yourself that you didn't know was in you. You're going to discover potential you had no idea was there, and talents, skills, and just how easily you can transform your life whenever you need to.
I love it. You can take over the show. This is so good. This is what I love. And I noticed also about Kitty in the beginning, her energy. But as Kitty was talking, also something really important. She said so many important points that is so important. Number one, if you are looking for a coach, it doesn't need to be me, but it needs to be someone you really trust. And you know that because you feel that vibration. That is so much important. This is so important. It is your choice if you want to coach. And number one, like in the beginning of this workshop, we learned how to set a goal and kind of write a list of what we wanted. Kitty said that she did the work. No one else could do this work for her. And by her doing the work, it was she that got the results. I was just a guide, and I'm still just a guide on the journey. She is doing the work, and I'm just following along and guiding her and helping her with my experience. But it's her who has to take sometimes those difficult steps, which will make her grow so much. But she had a goal, and a clear goal, and she started to draw it out and put on the map where she wanted to travel, and she's just ticking off those places, and she designed how she wanted things to be, and she's made it work for her because it was her kind of dream. It was her goal, no one else. And that is so powerful, because to get going, you just have to start. And then you're quantum leaping already because she made the decision.
Yeah.
What meaning quantum leaping? Then you're already starting to attract to you. So you just need to stay on that vibration, because you're here and then you decided, I want to set a goal. I want to move forward. And my goal is here. So there's a space in between here. And that space is also what we talked about yesterday, what you believe you can do. What is your self-talk? What are you saying to yourself? Because you need to match that new image to that goal image. So you need to start climbing. How do you do that? You take uncomfortable steps. You get out there, but you take inspired actions. And like Kitty said, all these things just came to her because she took actions, and she didn't try to copy anyone else. She did what came to her. Because also during this program, you will learn about your intuition. That's a powerful thing you have. And you're using it very often, but you don't know that you're using it. And you're using it very often, sometimes against you, because you're judging people. But you get this feeling if someone are good or bad. Like when you go out there and you start looking for the people who's going to help you on your journey, you can use that gut feeling. Like, do I want to work with that person? That is so, so powerful. And if you also think about everyone who's achieved something in this world, they have achieved something because they made a decision quickly. They didn't know how it was going to happen, but you only need to know that you want it. That was all Kitty knew. That was all I knew also before I started. I could feel it within that this was me. And then I just took action, messy actions, and I'm still taking messy actions. And it's fun because it's about the journey. It's never about getting. And then the universe will deliver in time, not when you want it to come, but when you are ready. And then the universe is there to bring it to you. But if you don't make that decision, you will stay on the same level, and you will attract the same people into your life, the same lessons. Nothing will change until you make a decision. And it's so powerful when you make a decision, because think about this: when we grow up in life, we grow up coming into this world, and our parents are telling us where to walk and where not to walk, because we can harm ourselves, or they're watching us when we're super little. And as we're getting older, our friends are telling us what's cool because we are watching the news or how we should be. And as we're growing older, suddenly our identity has been formed. So there's going to take some time to reprogram it. And like Kitty said, sometimes it's tough on this journey, but it's fun. And I think that's important to say. And I'm so grateful that you said it, because the thing is, when you start this personal development journey for yourself, when you make that decision, you need to know that things are going to happen, because it's not a quick fix. And that is so important to know. And I always make sure that everyone, before this starts working with me, that they are aware of that there's going to be obstacles on the way.
Yeah, but there's definitely gonna be a lot of wins as well along the way. So there will be some obstacles, but for me at least, working with Inyard, there was just a lot of wins already despite the obstacles. So it's sometimes it's hard, but it's much more frequent that it's fun and it's good and there's wins than it's obstacles and challenges. And you always have to remind yourself what is going to be on the other side of the obstacles and challenges.
Yeah.
If you just keep going. But most people turn back. But this is why it's so good to have a coach who can be like, we're not turning back. We keep going. So I'm not normally one who would turn back, but sometimes, it can get to a point where I'm like, what am I even doing? And then I talk to Inyad and I realize, okay, it's part of the process. It's all good. So just keep going. And the good thing is that she always has a way to make me feel better. So if I feel a bit down or something, she'll always put me in the right vibration. And then I've got a much better day, then a much better week. I change my perspective and that helps. So yeah, it's important to have support network in whatever you do. But if you want to achieve big things in life, and maybe even still this year, because it's not too late. Like I said, I started working with India in June, and by July my partner left his job and I moved country. So things can happen really fast. But it's important to have support network when you're going through all these changes, because it just keeps you motivated and keeps you happy, and that's so important.
I love it. And it's so important also, like when you make a decision to go for what you
Yeah.
want,
Mm.
the people will come.
Yeah, and any other resource will come, because sometimes, I mean, we sign up for courses that maybe we can't quite afford, but we have the calling inside, and that's happened to me. We have the calling inside that you want to do it, and your bank account may not mirror it, but you go for it, and then
Mm,
suddenly you get the money, and it
mm,
just comes, it just appears, and you're like, where did that come from? They let me tell you that money would have never appeared in your life if it wasn't for that decision.
mm.
Um, so yeah, you make a decision. It might be scary, but it will 1000% pay off. Difficult, difficult decisions in the sense that risky decisions, they always pay off. The bigger the risk, the bigger the payoff.
No, it's so, so true. And that reminds me also of the story of Henry Ford when he built and correct me if I'm wrong, the V8 like motor, the car.
Is it? I don't know. T? Yeah, I don't know. You're
I'm pretty sure it's the V8. So
there. You
if
go.
anyone thinks that's wrong, feel free to correct in the comments, because we're here to grow. But the thing is, when he was building that car, he was the one who had the vision. He had the vision, and he knew. Remember, when you make a decision, when you want something, that's the only thing. You only need to want it, then it's going to happen. So he wanted it, he saw it, he visualized it, and he was working on that car for I don't know how many years, but the engineers who worked for him were trying to put all this together, his vision, and they came so many times back to him and said, it's impossible, you can't do it. And his response was, yes, Facebook user, thank you. It was the V8. You see, Kitty, I know my stuff. Thank you. So they were like, it's not possible. And he said to them, make it work. And he said that a lot of times. And what happened? They made it work. So you see, you can have the vision, but it doesn't mean that you are going to build the car, if it's a car. Steve Jobs had the vision of the iPhone, the iPad, the Mac. He got people to help him on the journey. And that's the fun thing, because once you make a decision, the resources, the people, everything will come, but nothing will happen if you don't make a decision. So I want also to offer something really nice to you guys, because since Kitty made the decision to go for what she wanted in this world and build her passion-based business, which she did the work on herself. So I want you, Kitty, to invite them to your amazing workshop next week.
Oh, thank you. Well, if you out there, listeners, are building passion-based businesses, maybe you already have one, maybe you're thinking of starting one, and you want to build a brand for your business, then I have a 2-day masterclass next week, 16th and 17th of October at 5 p.m. UK time. which I think is midday for Eastern, I think, but double check that on Google. So yeah, it's 5 p.m. UK time or 5 p.m. BST, British Summer Time. So this is going to be all about strategic audience building and strategic networking. So especially if you already have a business and you're not quite sure how to present yourself online, you feel overwhelmed by social media, you're not quite sure where to get started, maybe you've not had a lot of success using social media for building your business, then you definitely want to come to this event, because it's going to be all about creating the systems that you need to put in place for the people to find you, for the right people to find you. And this is going to be a ton of value. This is the first time I'm running this masterclass, so it's going to be free. But normally this would be a paid masterclass, because there's going to be a lot of information. There's going to be very practical strategies, and there's going to be templates so for you to use. And of course, if you then want to work with me longer term and build your brand, there's going to be opportunities for that as well. But this masterclass in itself will be enough for you to make the most of social media and to essentially start using social media as a tool for business success, because this is what it should be used for, in my opinion. And to connect with friends, of course, but mostly, you know, as business owners, we want to use this as a business, as a tool for business success, and see it for the amazing resource that it is. Because I feel like a lot of people, I work with coaches mostly, so a lot of them feel like, oh, I don't want social media, I feel so overwhelmed by it, whatever. But it's such an incredible resource. I mean, think about it. 20 years ago, you could have never promoted your business for free. You know, you would have had to put it in the newspaper, or maybe TV even, or something like that, maybe print flyers, but all that would have cost you money. Whereas now you can do it all for free, and people are feeling overwhelmed by it. I'm like, no, you just got to put the systems in place and make the most of it. So this is what it's going to be all about. So on the first day, we're going to put our business hat on, and we're going to look at how to find the ideal clients using filters. And on the second day, it's all about strategic networking to get more speaking opportunities, international speaking opportunities, where you can spread the word, get lots of visibility for yourself, get credibility for your business, and collaborate with other cool people. So this is it. 2 days, 16th and 17th of October. Will I drop the link in the chat?
Yeah.
Send it to you.
You can send it to me and drop it in the chat. And I will send it also out to emails to all of you who register. Or if you didn't register, feel free to ask for the link in the chat or send me a message.
So I feel like I don't have access to comments, so I just sent it to you in the chat. I'm not sure.
I will post it.
Thank you. So yes, so register, and it's going to be 90 minutes. So it's going to be 60 minutes of content and 30 minutes of Q&A both days. So it's, you can come, ask your burning questions, and, you know, just, make the most of social media. It's time to shift your mindset around it and just use it for business success, because it is an amazing tool. So yeah.
I love it. I love it. And if you just love also Kitty's personality, and you feel like, I don't know if that's for me, but I like her, and I like, maybe she will say something on the workshop that will inspire you, and you will see more. So if you kind of feel like, oh, she's cool, I like her style, just sign up and just see where that takes you. Don't be afraid of that, because sometimes we're so afraid of seeing where things can lead us to. And the good thing about staying open, remember, your purpose will find you. So just relax, have fun on this journey. And Kitty, I want to thank you so much for coming live here and talking to the audience. Really appreciate it.
No,
And
thank you for having me. I love talking to you.
yeah, we just could be online forever. I love it. But think about this for yourself, guys. Like, Do I want to pick up the phone, like the phone, or send Inyard a message and find out more what she's doing? The first thing I will do when I talk to you is I just want to find out who you are. So I just want to figure out who are you and what are you trying to figure out in your life. I'm just thinking like, how can I support you the most? And if I see that I can help you, I will offer you something. If not, I won't. So just think about it. This is just a way for you to find out. Do I want to talk to Inyard and get her to help me a little bit or not? It's okay. You make the decision. That is your power. But I'm here to help. I love to help people. And if you are there and you're like, yes, I think Inyard is super cool, so I'm going to send her a message or book a call, then you can do that. So I'm also going to drop the link for that in the chat too. And if you suddenly want to book a call with Kitty, we're going to drop her link too, because she's awesome too. Because maybe you are a coach out there, or maybe you're thinking about starting your business. I've been through a lot of marketing people, and I will tell you, she's the real thing. So
thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, and equally, and I would definitely say, if you feel like you want to talk to Inyard one-to-one, do it, because it's a different experience, you know. When she's got her whole entire attention on you, you're going to see what it's like to be together. How can you work together? If you can work together, because you might not want to, but it's a completely different experience having a private conversation with someone. So take advantage of this opportunity, because it's a really, really good opportunity. And like I said, my private conversation with Inyard changed my life forever. So I obviously could not recommend her enough. But yeah, just test it out, see what it's like, have a conversation, see if she's the right person for you. But she will be, because she's great. So yeah, I think everyone should take advantage of this opportunity, because yeah, it's one thing to see someone in action in a live like this, at a live workshop, and it's a completely different thing when you actually get to talk about you and tell someone about where you're at, where you'd like to go, and then understand how you could go there, how you can get there. It's very, very specific to your experiences, to who you are now. And everyone's different, and everyone wants different things in life. So yeah, just explore that, because the advice here is probably quite general, because obviously we're talking to a lot of people. But when you're in a room with just one consultant, one coach, then it's all about you. So it's a good way to get started, because it's important to see where you're sabotaging yourself and where you are tripping yourself up. And these are the conversations that can help you notice that and move past them and become much better at everything that you do.
I love it. Thank you, Kitty. This is so good. And again, just follow your heart. That's the most important. Your heart, your emotions are telling you what's right. If you see another coach and you're like, book a call with that. It's so much fun. And you're networking, you're getting to know someone. You have no idea how that can enrich your life and inspire you. So if it's not me, I'm just happy if you book with someone else. Like, I just want you to grow. I don't care if it's me but I would love to help you. But first, I would love to get to know you before I also make the decision. You see, it's a two-way street.
Absolutely, it has to be.
Cool. So we're done for tonight. This event is over. It's been so much fun. I hope you have done the homework. If not, you get the chance to do the homework and watch the replay. It will be up until Friday and midnight. Then I will unfortunately take it down. Because I also figured out that if I leave it up there forever, you will never do it.
Exactly.
So have a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday wherever you are. You are loved. You are on the right track. You need to know that whatever you do, you are exactly where you need to be. And you can go to another place if you want to. That is your beautiful decision to make. So, good night from Oslo. No, from Norway. They always say that in the not Olympics, but the Eurovision.
The Eurovision, yeah.
Okay, great. I'm gonna leave you guys, but I'm so grateful and thank you, Kitty. I
My
really
pleasure.
appreciate
My absolute pleasure. Bye, everyone. It was very nice chatting with you.
it. Bye.